You might be finding yourself asking, what world record did I break? Well, it's a category that I created not too long ago called Random Person Percent. Random Person Percent is a category in which you match up with a random person using the Find a Partner Online option in Portal 2's Play Cooperative Game tab. It is also the worst category on Earth. The reason behind this is not because you're playing with a random person, but because you're playing with a random person. The rules behind the speedrun is the random person, of whom we will be referring to as the rando, must have no prior knowledge of any speedrun tactics or otherwise be extremely knowledgeable. The absolute worst part of this category is waiting. I got super lucky as I started my stream later than I usually do, which makes me have to wait longer for a rando. I managed to get a rando right off the bat. There was already someone waiting in queue, but since the speedrun software I used, called SAR, only works for Atlas, player 1, I had to leave immediately. Unfortunately, I forgot to load in calibration here, which made the rando disconnect. I had also failed to properly set up my live split, so it didn't start at all. I do my usual startup commands, marks all maps incomplete, locks all taunts, and starts recording demos. Demos are what are used to verify runs, and what are used to properly time things. The rando didn't leave. That's good. This rando took a while to probably set up his binds, which had me a little worried as he hadn't moved, which is a sign of them disconnecting. Unfortunately, the rando doesn't see the 69, and instead goes for icky titanium. It's important I move to this corner here so I don't accidentally grab the portal gun and cut off GLaDOS' dialogue, in case the rando is legitimately new to the game. The rando tries to do what I did, which starts to worry me a tad as he's attempting a b-hop. Luckily, he can't do it at all, and he doesn't want to do the level intended. So, I portal over, steal his portal gun, and hopes to make it quicker. I got it the second before he spawned in, so he spawned in with a portal gun. Unfortunately, he uses a glitch called Objects Through Fizzlers, which indicates to me that he knows more than the category allows. But I keep going with him for a little bit of practice. I go to the dev console and I use a command called ban ID, which allows me to block him from rejoining me. I also changed level to calibration to get it ready for the next run. After around 30 minutes of waiting, another person has appeared. I do my commands like normal, and I get it all ready. And the rando left. While stopping the recording, I looked in the dev console and saw something I had completely missed. So I go back in the queue, and lo and behold, and he disconnected again. At this point, I assume he wants to be Atlas, as Atlas also has control over commands. I go back in the queue, and I find another rando. But this time, I decide to take my time and chat. Hopefully he stays for longer that way. I was busy typing, and almost completely missed my point to hit my start speedrun bind. This rando is smart. He went with the 69. In the intro, I grabbed the portal gun since he already knows how to do it intended. I try to frame my gameplay as I'm in a rush, so I want to do it quickly. Thankfully, nothing exciting happens in calibration aside from the rando jumping to the vat of water several times. I take center here and do a taunt skip, and thankfully go far enough for him to not force me into a taunt. I change my portals in lobby 1 so he doesn't go back on accident, which he still manages to go through. Nothing special happens here for the next few chambers except for a few accidental deaths and the muffin song.
Well, let's do some tests and see.
No! I didn't know he was responding to GLaDOS here, and it absolutely freaked me out. No! Please no! He even stood off the button for a second. Other than that, it was smooth sailing for the next 6 chambers, aside from the hell that is catapults. Until the worst thing happened. The rando disconnected. I tried to get him back repeatedly, but I had no luck, and it would invalidate the run. I was devastated, so far with that one rando. I was already 3 randos down at this point, and I was starting to lose hope. After maybe 5 minutes of being sad and upset about the rando leaving after going so far, I got a new rando. I get my bearings, reset, and get it all ready. Little did I know at the time This rando was the run. I start off with a friendly greeting to the new rando, and for some reason, he picked Zinc. Zinc of all elements. Why? Luckily, this rando has some knowledge of the game, so it only made it easier. I use my I'm in a time crunch script to try and get him to do things faster. Doors, buttons, lasers, and rat maze goes really smooth. Laser crushers, however, doesn't. The rando does what he needs to, but I can't seem to get the jump across the chasm. With a looming fear of the rando leaving because I'm persistent and stuck up on doing this jump, I finally make it and continue on. I do my cheap, quick solo workaround in the behind the scenes while he waits, leaving him in wonder. The next 6 chambers go smoothly. At this point, I look over to the rando screen and I saw something that terrified me. This rando looks like he is bee-hopping. But, luckily for me, he isn't. He's just jumping, trying to copy me. Catapults. One of the worst chambers in this run. Reason being is that it requires a magical thing called memory. The rando does a good job in the first part of the chamber, but unfortunately he shoots the wrong portal and removes it from above the jump pad. This was the worst thing that could have happened, and I thought it was over, and we had to do it again. But the rando had an ace up his sleeve. He went through his misplaced portal and saved the day by replacing the right portal on the jump pad. I went through so many months of pain having to redo that chamber. We continued on for another 11 chambers smoothly. I know I skipped over most of Course 3. If you're interested in the full run, an unedited video will be in the description. It will have the game audio, my voice during the stream of which it happened, and the music there too. Bridge testing went really smooth, until I went to get the sphere. First 2 jumps I had completely missed, but the third scared me. I managed to time my jump perfectly to where I landed on the sphere and grabbed it exactly 1 tick later. It flung me. In this moment, I had thought to myself, "Dear God, it's over. I screwed up again." Little did I know, it sent me to exactly where I wanted to go. But after that, it was smooth sailing. Course 4. It is inevitable. I have to teach this rando how to funnel fly. Luckily, the first 3 chambers, I don't have to. I could just guide him through the funnels. But then came funnel laser. The rando has been doing really well so far, following instructions as given. It took him a few tries, but he didn't completely fail. Hell, he even got it somewhat on his first attempt. The next chamber was Co-op Polarity, and I had to teach him a small technique called slow fall, which is slowly falling down, and it is a very easy way to complete this level. But it scared me. I had to spend so much time with previous randos on this, them failing time and time again, some of which just outright leaving in frustration. The rando got it on his second try. The rest of Course 4 went real smooth, aside from the rando killing Frank in Turret Warehouse. Rest in peace, Frank. This is the furthest I had gone with the rando in months. The nerves were starting to settle in. The rando is doing so well. I've had randos quit at this point before. Repulsion gels, double bounce, which somehow he got stuck on a ledge, bridge repulsion, wall repulsion, which somehow he got on his first try, but then jumped down. Prop crushers, turret ninja, and prop retrieval went really smooth. Then there was the last chamber, vault entrance. 1 hour, 2 minutes, 30 seconds in, ahead of my previous record by nearly 10 minutes. The nerves hit hard. I was excited and terrified. First room was easy, simple, and fast, doing the first somewhat intended, and using the second to access the third. I decided against using the checkpoint in hopes the rando doesn't die. Then, I choked. I hit the switch, but I died. I had to quickly reset up the cheat around in section 2, but I did it again. I died and the propulsion gel didn't drop. I was scared I was going to lose a rando at this point. I had failed enough times to... What? No idea what happened to cause the goo to drop, but it did, and I'm not complaining. I used a shortcut to get the blue gel to drop. I was there. This was it. This was the run. The run that would get my category made. 1 hour, 6 minutes, and 6 seconds. An incredibly wild time, especially doing it with a rando who has never run before. 7.5 minutes ahead of my previous personal best. Now, the goal is sub-hour. Who will reach that time? Will you? Thank you guys for watching to the end. Everything but the voiceovers was recorded live over at twitch.tv/beagle_36. And I hope to see you all again. The rando does a good job in the first part of the chamber. First. I swear to God, I get fuck you, I see that, you bastard. The rando does a good job in the first part of the chamber, but unfortunately he removes the wrong portal above the fucking thing because I know what I'm talking about. But unfortunately, he shoots the wrong portal and removes it from above the catapult. Fuck me. The rando does a good job in the first part of the chamber, but unfortunately he shoots the wrong portal and...
Good.
He shoots the...
That's a good start to the first part of the chamber.
Okay, so, okay. Yes, okay.
Okay.
But after that, it went butter smooth. It's okay. You can stop crying now. You shut the fuck up. You can stop crying now. We were sitting here for like 5 minutes trying to think of words, to replace butter smooth, right? And we thought smooth sailing and all this other. What else did we think?
Smooth as butter.
Smooth as butter.